Grandfather, what's that song on the radio?
That sounds like Yo Hitoto singing Takawagi.
It has a lovely melody.
It does. I'm rather enjoying it as well.
What does takawaj mean?
Well, Takawagi is the Japanese word for kite flying, which is an activity people, particularly children, participating during New Year festivities.
New Year? There's lots of fireworks at the New Year, isn't there?
Well, sort of, Finn. Why don't we follow the music? This is my magic radio, and we can follow the airwaves to anywhere we want.
Yes, please, Grandfather. I want to follow the music to the Japanese New Year.
Then to the New Year celebrations we go.
Wow, people are certainly having a party here.
Well, Finn, it is their New Year. In Japan, they call it Shogatsu.
What's this, Grandfather?
That is bamboo. People decorate the entrance to their homes with pine, bamboo, and plum trees. People clean their houses and clothes. Everything has to appear fresh and clean.
Why, Grandfather? I get so bored when I have to tidy up.
Why, Finn? This is the most important holiday in Japan. Most businesses shut down for when they're celebrating.
When is the Shogatsu?
It is celebrated between the 1st of January and the 3rd of January. Families and friends gather together and share meals.
That sounds really lovely.
It is, Finn. Let's jump on the radio and see where it all began.
They look very official, Grandfather.
These men are very important, as they're deciding what calendar the country of Japan should be following.
What do you mean, Grandfather? I thought we all had the same calendar.
Well, prior to the Meiji period, which is where we are now, the Japanese New Year had been based on Japanese versions of the lunisolar calendar. This was called the Tenpo calendar. There has also been the Jokyo calendar, which had been based on Chinese versions.
So, what calendar did they decide on?
A totally different one, Finn. In 1873, the Meiji Restoration, which saw imperial rule back in Japan, adopted the Gregorian calendar.
Oh, I know the Gregorian calendar. That means the first day of January is the new year.
It does, Finn. This is when the first day of January became the official and cultural New Year's Day in Japan.
Japan is a super cool place. It seems so modern.
It is, Finn, but it is also steeped in tradition. New Year is no exception.
Yes, their parties look spectacular.
Yes, these are known as Banenkai parties, or forgetting parties, and they are held with the purpose of leaving the old year's worries and troubles behind. This is a new year, and it's celebrated as such.
I'm guessing food is important. There is so much here.
It is, Finn. Shogatsu has typical foods that are eaten specifically then.
So, what's this?
What you're holding is mochi. It's a rice cake. They boil sticky rice and put it into a container. It is then patted by one person with water and another with a mallet. As they mash the rice, it forms a sticky white dumpling.
This one is lovely and bright.
It is. That is a typical Shogatsu decoration called Kigami Mochi. It's formed via 2 rounds of cake of mochi with a tangerine placed on top.
Well, they're not just pretty, they're super tasty. What else is eaten?
New Year's dishes are known as Oseki Ryori. There's a wide abundance of food, things like ozoni, which is a soup with mochi and grilled fish. In modern times, things like sushi and sashimi have been introduced as the typical Shogatsu foods.
This really is incredible. I think I could eat here all day.
It would be easy to do that, Finn, but then you'd miss out on all the wonderful activities that would be available to you.
What sorts of activities? Wait, what's that?
Let's go find out.
Oh my! Look at those bells!
Yes, this is one of the Buddhist temples. They ring them all over Japan.
How long do I do this for?
You ring it 108 times. This symbolizes the 108 sins in Buddhist belief and is believed to get rid of 108 worldly desires regarding sense and feeling in every Japanese citizen.
What's that bell there?
That is the Watch Night Bell. Found in Tokyo, it's become a cultural attraction and people gather every year to watch it ring. The bell is rung 107 times before midnight on the 31st and then once past midnight.
Look at those lovely kites in the sky.
Yes, that's a common activity on Shogatsu in Japan. It's known as takowaji.
It looks like so much fun. And what's this?
These are New Year cards. It's customary in Japan to send postcards to let friends and family know who may live far away that it's all well.
That's a nice idea.
It is. The Japanese post office also guarantees to deliver them by January 1st. Well, as long as they're sent in good time.
What's that man giving his grandson?
That, Finn, is otoshidama. This is where relatives give money to children. It is handed out in small decorated envelopes called pochibakuro.
That's a lovely idea. How much money is given to children?
Well, the amount of money given depends on the age of the child, but it's usually the same if there's more than one child, so that no one feels slighted. The amounts usually are less than 5,000 Japanese yen.
Is it similar to Chinese red packet?
It is, Finn, and it's also similar to the Scottish Hansel.
Ah, I see.
Ah, I see you found the poetry.
Is that what this is?
This is a Shogatsu tradition, which includes writing haiku and ranga. People use these to write thematic poetry about the beginning of the new year.
What are haiku and ranga?
A haiku is a poem of 17 syllables and 3 lines of 5, 7, and 5. Ranga is simply linked poetry.
I like to write that. Before we do that though, could you please tell me the next festival we will explore?
Not yet, it's a secret. Maybe you can take a guess. Kids, I hope you enjoyed your Japanese journey with us. See you next time.